go to you first because SJ is actually currently training
Doing
for the Sydney Marathon. I've been watching her, I've been following her online, I've been talking to her about it. How can we set her up for success?
Oh, I'm so excited for you. My first question to you is, do you have a training plan?
I do.
Good.
Yes.
Because that is my top tip. A lot of people think they can just lace up their shoes and rock up on the day, but for a half or a full marathon, you need to have a training plan.
And what does that look like? What is an acceptable increase on each
So
week?
I've got some tips, and one of them is what I call the 10% rule, which is basically every week you want to increase your distance or your pace by only about 10%. Okay, if you try to be a hero and increase too much, that's when injuries and overuse can come in. So follow a training plan, a periodized training plan, and just make sure you're gradually increasing those distances.
What about nutrition though? What should
I'm
we be
getting
fueling her
4
with?
p.m. ravenous.
Gels?
I
Just
eat the
gels?
house out.
Yes. What did you say?
Just gels? She should just be eating gels from now
No,
on?
so there's kind of two strategies. There's a training and race strategy, and basically anything over 90 minutes, you do need to be having a gel and a sports drink. Anything less than 90 minutes of training, you're kind of okay without it.
Okay.
But then with your actual diet, the main thing is your micronutrients, okay? So you want to go for quality over quantity. So things like iron, calcium and magnesium get really chewed up by our body when we're training. So you really need to fill your diet with that, and in some cases supplement as well.
Okay, I'm getting older and my knees are dodgy.
Yes.
What am I doing for prehab?
Aren't we all?
Oh, yeah.
How am
feel
I
that.
building up strength to
Yes.
stop injury?
So there's something called prehab, or what I like to call cross training. Okay, so a couple of quick exercises for you. So single leg squats is a really great way to just do these small little single leg squats, because if you're wobbly like
stability.
this, less stability. And then what you're aiming for is symmetry and stability. So the other thing to do is things like a hip flexor. Hip flexors get really, really tight. So you have that big hip flexor stretch like that. So you're down like that, and then you're stretching up and reaching over.
You can do that on your knee as well.
Yeah, you can do it down on the floor, but if you're out for a run. And the other thing is hip mobility. So what you'll notice is a lot of people get really tight. So you need to be doing these sorts of things.
That's what Anki's been doing too, yeah.
And you know, Reformer Pilates is a fantastic cross-training, or prehab. You can do that Reformer Pilates.
All right, well, this is going to be my first marathon, which is very exciting.
So exciting.
However, Anki and Maddie, they have between them run over 1,000 marathons. So they are true experts, guys.
moly.
Good morning to you, and thanks for running over to us. Tell us how you are preparing for this year's Sydney on its course to becoming the next world major.
Yes, this will be our 7th Sydney Marathon this year. I myself have done 511 marathons and numerous ultras. We are preparing slightly different this year because we are older, so we do a lot of muscle memory training at the moment as well, and I think Matty can actually fill in a little bit more about his training. I'm not doing so many kilometers at the moment because it's easy for me to run, but I do concentrate.
Well, Anki, can I ask you
I do
this?
concentrate a bit more on strength.
Well, and that's crucial to get everything working in symmetry. Maddie, can I ask you a question? Mentally, when you hit the 38K mark, and that's the point where everyone goes, oh, how am I going to get there? How do you mentally get to the finish line from there?
I think there's 2 points, right about 27, and then around about 36 to 38, you hit that sort of proverbial wall, depending on your training. What I usually do is to just focus on the environment rather than on your running and stride. So you just keep your stride. But it's all about hanging in there and staying upright.
Staying upright.
But I mean, but crawling is an option too.
Staying upright.
That's where
Most
we're
of us had to run backwards.
Yes, well, to mix it up.
We've all run backwards at times.
Guys, you are an inspiration, and I
unreal.
can't wait to see you out there on the day. Happy training, go well.
Amelia, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
You have to
Good
come back in.
luck.
We'll keep doing updates, yeah?
Yes, absolutely.
I'll be calling you. I have more questions.
Please do.